Okay, to begin your dice project, you will need a piece of yarn that is about the length of your arm. You'll need a piece of plastic canvas and a yarn needle, and probably a pair of scissors as well. To start with, to thread the needle, you need to take your piece of yarn and make a fresh cut on it so that you've got a nice fresh cut. You're going to take that thread, kind of pull it between your thumb and your forefinger, and then you're going to take your needle and you just kind of thread it by prying between those two fingers, and then you get your yarn to come through your needle. Pull it down a little ways so that you've got kind of a long tail on it, so that it's double threaded at the beginning. And you're going to pick up your plastic piece of canvas, and as we look at this, we're going to hold it so that we can see it. And you're going to start on the left-hand side, the second hole down. So as you're looking at it, it's the left-hand side, the second hole from the top, all the way over to the left on the second one down. You're going to bring your needle from the bottom up through the top, and you're going to pull it all the way back until you have about an inch of thread or yarn left on the back side. Fold that over with your index finger, then turn it over back to the front side, and then you're going to count over on the top row now to the second hole, and you're going to put your needle back through that. You have to always remember when you're doing this that whatever side your needle is on, that's the side you're entering the plastic canvas from. So now my needle's on the bottom, so I have to come up from the bottom. So now I'm going to try and catch that tail that I have by kind of sliding that out of the way, and then I'm going to pull that through, and you can see that a little bit better after I've done that. Okay, so you see how that the yarn kind of comes across and kind of secures that tail there. You're going to continue to do that on the back side all the way across as we continue to go. Okay, so now the next stitch is going to be just like the first one. We want to keep the angles the same. So you're going to go from the bottom to the top. So you're going to go up one and over again. You're making kind of what looks like a half of an X. So you can see if we were to finish this one off, we'd go from here to here, but we're just doing a half of an X here and here. Then we're going to go underneath. And again, I'm catching that tail on the back side. And you're just going to continue to do that. All of your stitches should look the same and should be going the same direction. So you're always going from the bottom, pulling it up there, to the top row, from the bottom to the top row. Up from the bottom, the second row, up to the top row. Okay, so my first row is done, and it should look like that, where all the stitches are going the same direction. So when I get over to here, then I can't go from the bottom to the top anymore. Now I'm going to go underneath the stitch I just took and pull that through, and then I'm going to go, so every other row you go the opposite direction. So now I'm going to go down one and over one. I'm still keeping that stitch the same direction, so it's lined up exactly underneath the one right above it. Then you're going to go above the stitch you just took, pull your needle through, and then bring it back down again. And then I'm going to continue all the way across doing the same thing. Second row, coming from underneath on the top and then going down, finishing it up by going down and finishing that second row. Okay, so now we can't go to the bottom again. Now we're going to go back and go from the bottom and go up with our stitch. So you pull that through underneath the stitch you just took. Then you're going to go up one and over one so that your stitches are all lined up. So this looks the same as this one and this one as well. So all three of those are going the same direction. And you're going to enter right next to it, pull it through, and go back up. And you'll continue doing that until you get to the other end. So by now, it should look something like this.